And we are live, and welcome to another edition of Folks Talking Sports. I'm KG Kris Gardner, owner of the Houston Roundball Review. With me is Willy Gibson and Andy Yanez. Gentlemen, how are you doing? What it do, baby? What it do? Detroit basketball. Just want to say it for y'all. Okay,
Wow.
we're going to talk NBA Finals, Big 12, Big 10. Be back
Hey,
with this.
Chris, let me borrow some of the $1 million that they just paid Monty Williams.
That's right, baby. We got money to pay money Williams. Big time money. This is an old time jersey here. This is a Grant Hill jersey, Will. This is back today.
Wow.
It's a birthday gift. But yes, we'll be back in just 20 seconds. Peace. That's right. A little something different. YouTube's had.
Chris, show it off again. You got to show off the jersey one more time.
It is, man. There you go. See, that's all right. Haters gonna hate. I'll do it like this. Will, check it out, Will. Real quick. There it is for the whole world to see, baby.
Wow.
Detroit basketball.
Wow.
Perfect use of sound effects.
It's okay. Do you remember? I'm put this up. I'm not scared. It's all good. It's all good. It's all love here on Folks Talking Sports. All right. But tell them how y'all doing.
All is well. All is well. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. You got a good head coach. I'm happy with that. And welcome to another edition of Folks Talk Sports. And Yanez, how are you doing, sir?
You're right. Let's get into the show.
Let's get
Seem
into
excited
it.
about the head coaching hire.
You know,
I got a question.
I'm really excited about it. It's all good. Yeah.
I got a question.
Really good. I'm feeling good today. Yes, sir. Go, Mr. Gibson.
So was Dwayne Casey not a good head coach?
He was.
Oh, okay. Because you said, hey, we got a good head coach now. Like, hey.
We got a better head coach now. Yeah.
All right.
You know,
All right.
better talent. And I think if Coach Casey would have stayed around and not decided, I think he was burned out, really.
Yeah.
Young core is intact. They'd have won with him too. But he decided to move up into the front office and got Monty Williams, and all those millions of dollars later, we'll see. I have issues with Monty and some of his X's and O's, but he's got a long contract. He'll be there a while. And this, similar to the Rockets, Tony M., how are you? Thank you for chiming in as well. Based on internal improvement. And of course, Cade Cunningham being healthy for a full season. Monty as head coach. I guarantee that Detroit will win more than 17 games this year. Hell, they better.
Oh, that's
okay.
great. Way to go on a limb.
Way to go. Way to stretch yourself.
Oh, okay. I got both y'all ganging up on me. All right, Mr. Yanez, this is for you. We're going to shift gears to Houston Cougar football. Willy Gibson, I got the Big Ten slides for you as well. But first up, the first four, some of the games for the Cougs, Mr. Yanez. TV games. Willy Gibson, you see those right there?
I do.
All right, Andy, those TV game kickoffs. Tony, you as well. I think Tony chimed in and saw this on Thursday on the lunch break with me and AD Moore. But, Andy, first off the bat, September 2nd, 6 p.m. on FS1. That's a loss, Andy.
A loss at home. Your first taste as a Big 12 branded school.
Wow.
You disagree?
I have no idea what this football team will look like. They're going to have a new quarterback under center. UTSA will have their quarterback back.
Pause right there. Will, see. He harps on me for going out on a limb about 17 wins, but he's backtracking, slow walking about I have no idea what they're going to do here about football. Oh, okay. I see. All right.
I'm not going out on a limb and saying that I said for all I know, there's only one guarantee. They could go 1-11 for all I care. I just know what that one win will be, and that will be October 21st against those Texas Longhorns. But I digress. At this point, we're in June. There's still a lot to be determined when it comes to the football team, and I don't know too much about the UTSA football team, other than that they lost their top receiver and that they're going to be bringing back their quarterback. But at home, 6 p.m., I think the better question will be how many people turn up to that game. Again, that's a 6 p.m. evening kickoff. It's at TDCU Stadium. It's not going to be the TCU conference opener, but good grief, that's the first time ever that the University of Houston is going to be branded a Big 12 school. So they better be 40,000 people packed into those seats. Kris, you and I will both not guarantee that because I don't think we envision them being 40,000 people. There should be. There should be.
There should be. Yes, there should be. And I know Willie shakes his head when we talk about only 40,000, but I'm going to go the flip side and be negative. Unfortunately, I guarantee there will not be 40,000 fans for the season opener for UH football on September 2nd against UTSA. There should be because it's the first year of the Big 12. But I feel safer in guaranteeing that there won't be a sellout for UTSA. You agree? Disagree?
I agree. I absolutely agree. And again, this is nothing. This comes with the fan base. I'll believe it when I see it, and until I see it, that's when I'll eat crow and change my mindset. But no, absolutely. I think if they get over 30,000, if they get close to 35,000, I'd be shocked for that game in particular, UTSA. I do think the TCU matchup will be a different story because it is the Big 12 opener, but I think even then that'll be factored in a little bit because it'll be week 3 into the season. I think it'll be interesting to see how that UTSA matchup goes. But from a outside standpoint, it most definitely should be a packed house. And if Kris, your guarantee is right that things don't go well for the Houston football team, then there should be 40,000 plus letting the coaching staff, letting the admin know about it. But we shall see. There can't be apathy. That's the biggest word. That's the killer word that you shouldn't, for when it comes to any program in any type of level, that you don't want there to be apathy around your program.
Agreed. And Will, from your Ohio State perspective, because I think it was Tony on the lunch break on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned that UH fans, if they would go to the games or had attended the games in mass, it was showing the administration that they were supporting a loser and were okay with that. They were just going. And my response to it is, if you go to the home games, if TDECU was almost a sellout, if not a sellout, but making a profit, whatever, I know it could be $500,000, $1 million every home game. Well, that money goes into athletics. That money goes into telling the administration, we're supporting you guys. Y'all are giving us trash product. So you got money to pay this man off or whoever it is. But if you don't go to the home games, you don't get that profit from the home games. Administration's like, well, we'll just keep doing what we're doing. And folks show up, they show up. What do you think?
Agreed. You said it was Tony that said
I think so.
they would be supporting.
Okay. Tony,
yeah, Tony, I disagree with that because you're right. This is professional. The professional ranks. Yeah, absolutely. You send message to the ownership group, the GM, whomever. But in college, you're supporting your team. You're supporting your university. You're supporting the base, the alumni. So no, I don't feel that by going to a college football game or a college basketball game or a college sports, attending a college athletics event supports a loser. You're supporting your university.
And that's the thing I said, because Andy, Will, we all have our college degrees. We're fortunate enough. We put in the work, put in the time. To my UH alums, keep in mind, if you're new to this show, if you're new to the YouTube channel, I am a UH alum. Okay, I went to and graduated in '94 from University of Houston, so I know what I'm talking about. It's come from the heart as well. You put in 4, 5, 6 years, however long it takes to get that degree, then you choose not to spend some money on athletics or whatever to give back to the program where you earn your degree. So why'd you get the degree from UH if you're not going to support the program and what they've done for you, did for you? You thought enough to get the degree. And then once you got the degree, you're like, forget it. Apathy,
Right.
what Andy talks about right there. We can't have the apathy here. And Andy, we've talked about it, and I think Will, I talked to you as well off the record.
Mhm.
Houston's get ready to go to the Big 12. This big time athletics, it's big time sports, big time college sports. It's put up a shut up time. For a long time, fans were crying about we're not in a Big 12, we're not in an autonomy conference school, program. It's not the opponents. We're not playing Southwest Conference teams. We're not doing this. They give us, I've heard so many excuses over the years. It's too hot. The traffic is too much traffic. The conference is not good enough. On and on and on. Big 12, Andy, Will, July 1st. It's official. Okay. It's always hot. It's been hot a long time in Houston. Hot and humid. Hasn't changed. Won't change. Traffic hasn't changed. Won't change. Plan accordingly. Support your alma mater. What say you? Andy, what do you say?
I agree 100%. I think that's really when you can put more pressure on any, and not just for UH, like I said, any program in general. When there's more people that are vocal, that show their support around it, I think it's much more easier to be able to voice your displeasure and be able to add legitimate pressure. Whereas compared to previous years, where there isn't that connection, or if you're not even at the stadiums to be able to voice your concerns, it's much harder to make yourself heard.
And I understand concessions need to be improved. The number of people there to take tickets and security, I understand all that as well. Like I said, I went to the games. I was there. I saw with my own 2, then 4 eyes. Okay. So, but you invest in the university. You got your degree from the university. Hold them to a higher standard. This, because I've said it many times, but I took heat for it early in Coach Sampson's tenure when they lost in the conference tournament, first round. And I said, because this was when Tom Herman was coaching football was kicking butt. UH football was the it school on campus. And I said then that the expectations for men's basketball need to be raised. Raise the bar. Losing the first round of the conference tournament is not good enough. So I said that. I had folks coming at my head. Are you saying Kelly be fired? No. I said, stop accepting the fact that you're losing in the first round of the AAC. Raise the level of expectations. Program has looked back since. Okay. When Coach Sampson was building the program, look what they've become. Contrast that to football. Look what they become. So where Andy, it is no shot at Andy, but Will.
Yep.
I don't know what the equivalent for Ohio State is for UTSA for Ohio State, but whatever it could be. Mm-hmm. Would you be? I'm not sure. Got a new quarterback at for Ohio State? No,
because we're exactly in that situation right now at Ohio State. Ohio State has a first-year starting quarterback this year, whether it's Devin Brown or it's Kyle McCord. C.J. Stroud, as you well know, is now a Houston Texan now, so there will be a starting quarterback new in Columbus this year. And you're hearing some things. So, first world problems, I know what I'm about to say, but there's some things that this is year 5 for Ryan Day, and 46-5, but there's some not so silent whispers.
46-5.
46-5, and there's some not so silent whispers.
And Tony, this is for you, and Joe as well. Thank you guys for chiming in your comments. Ryan Day, I'm just bringing Tony up, so he's, I think, agreeing with both me and what me and Will said.
Yeah.
Dana's not 46-5 at Houston. Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan Day, 46-5, lost 2 years in a row to the team up north.
Yep.
And there is heat on him. Man's 46-5.
Yep.
That's the difference in expectations from a big time program compared to what Houston claims to aspire to be.
Now, in his defense, I had this conversation earlier today with someone. This is beginning of year 5 for him. He's had 4 full seasons. He hasn't had a full recruiting cycle yet.
Okay.
So he's still in the process of, and people say, well, he had Urban Meyer before. Yeah, but there was a situation there, process of first 2 years, he kept pretty much the staff intact. And then he started making changes, bringing in his own guys. And so now with this being beginning of year 5, you're starting to see quote unquote Ryan Day guys in the program.
Mm-hmm.
He was offensive coordinator. He wasn't head coach. So he didn't necessarily always have final say on what guys were coming in, what guys were able to be brought in and not. So now that he has that, it's taking some time and he's figuring it out. But at the same time, he's figuring it out and he's 46-5.
Right.
So, wait till he figures it out. What's going to happen?
And so, and Andy, this is for you. Tony's comment, talking about Dana, I'm assuming that's who he's referencing. It's just so embarrassing. Ryan Day, per Will, is still figuring it out. He's 46-5. Dana, I think we could safely say, is still figuring it out. He ain't 46-5. I mean, and UTSA. It's UTSA. They're better than Rice. Okay, salute. UTSA program is on the come up. Salute. But damn, the fact that we have doubts, issues, not willing to make a guarantee that the Cougs a home game to start the season against UTSA, I think that's an indication of the UH football program under Dana. Tony Levine, I was there for the opener at TDECU, and I think it was against UTSA, I think. And they got trucked. Oh, it was embarrassing. Got trucked. Just run over. So I say the same thing's going to happen on September 2nd. Let's go back to the schedule.
Wow.
Okay. September 16th, Andy. Where are you on that one?
TCU. I mean, I don't know. There's not much more I can say. It's a big question mark.
That's nice.
That's a loss. All right, let's go. Let's finish out these other games on the screen for the kickoff times that have been announced. Sam Houston. That's another Saturday. And one thing Andy has said, we touched on it in our segment on Possum and Jam on Friday afternoon. That's a win, Andy. But all these kickoff times, 6 p.m. They're evening. So it's not 2:30. It's not high noon in the heat and humidity.
Not 11 a.m.
Not 11 a.m. 6, 7, 6, and 6. The game against West Virginia is a Thursday. So that's going to be harder to get there as a sellout early at kickoff for sure. But still, it's a Big 12 conference game, Will, Andy, D Skills, Tony. Butts need to be in the seats for these games. But finish it out. Those 4 games, Andy. What do you predict in those 4 games for the Cougs? Win, loss. Come on. Don't hem and haw. Give me some wins and losses. It's just June 4th. We're not going to tie it to it. The only game that you guarantee is October 21st. That's it. So you're not changing that, I don't believe. So between now,
if we're gonna go through just the ones that have been announced, and Sam Houston, it definitely needs to be a guaranteed win. And I would even have to say West Virginia, where at the point where their program is, if Houston's coming into the Big 12.
Did he freeze?
Did he freeze? Oh,
No,
Andy?
I didn't freeze.
Oh,
I'm
you-
saying
you
he
paused.
should.
okay. So those 4.
But again,
2-2, 3-1. What do you say?
what do you
1-3,
mean by
0-4? What do you say? Those wins, those 4 games. What are you saying right there? Those 4. The Cougs win how many of those 4?
for guaranteed? I can really only say September 23.
Don't even say guarantee. Just go with your gut. Right now, your gut on June 4th. What do you say?
2-2.
All right. Will?
Wow.
Looking at that, what do you say?
2-2, huh? Yeah. All right. How long has Dana been at Houston?
2019.
So what? 4, 5 years?
It'll be his fifth
This will be his
season.
fifth season.
So there's still some guys potentially on West Virginia's team that he recruited.
Yes.
Some on Houston's roster that he recruited in West
some
Virginia.
transferred to Houston from WVU.
Oh, okay. So
Some.
West Virginia does. All right. No, I'm just thinking the payback. The whole,
Yeah.
the whole coach didn't believe in me type thing. I don't know. I'm just curious. Yeah. 2-2. 1-3.
All right. D Skills agrees with you, and
Wow.
I'm going 1-3 as well.
D-Skills.
1-3.
God.
Mr. Tran, what do you say? Looking at these 4 games on the screen, what say you in your prediction? Andy says 2-2. Will and I say 1-3. And I'm saying it this as well. Even if the Cougs do lose to UTSA, like I think they will. See, Tony 1-3. Then Mr. Cougar Red Glasses here 4-0. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Because TCU gonna pound them into the dirt. But
I respect that.
I respect it. I admire it. I don't have that optimism. But even if UH loses to UTSA, they shouldn't. They should not. Okay? Let me be clear. They should not. But even if they do, the home games for the Cougs this season especially still need to be sellouts. Okay? Be pissed off at Dana if they lose that opener. All that. I get that. I understand that. But this is the first year in the Big 12. Sellout, sellout, sellout.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question. When Tom Herman was like 11-2, were there sellouts then?
It was not officially.
That's when the last sellout was.
But the last 30,000 plus, right? Was
the Louisville game? Was Herman still the head coach?
I think so. He was.
That's when they had over 42,000 people in the stadium.
So it was.
That's the last time they had sold it out.
Okay.
And that's a long time ago, Will.
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Wow.
Ed Oliver's getting new contracts now in the NFL. So that's
right. So that was the last home game of the season that year, and that was the last time the TDCU stadium has been legitimately sold out.
And that was on a Thursday night, I think, too. Thursday or Friday night, something like that.
Yes, sir. That was a Thursday night game.
But it was Louisville.
Yes.
So the attraction was
Lamar
the visitor.
Jackson, Louisville.
Yeah. So the attraction was the visitor, not the home product. Okay.
And which has been is one of my biggest issues with my fellow alums. Too many of us pay good money, their own money, to see the opponent instead of seeing the Cougs, the place where you got your degree. Okay.
And to go back to the 2 home games before that, so they played. That was an interesting end to the season. They had 3 straight home games that culminated with that Louisville game, but October 29th, which was a Saturday, they played Central Florida. That game, the recorded attendance, 35,846. The next home game after that, I think they had a bye week in between. They hosted Tulane. It was 36,552 people. And then, like I said, the last home game of the year that season was against Louisville, and the attendance was 42,822.
In that game, they sacked Lamar Jackson 11 times. Think about that, Will. Houston
11
sacked
times.
Lamar Jackson 11 times.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was unbelievable to see, really.
Was that at Albert?
Yep.
Okay.
So let me see. And I get this comment from D Skills. His couch will be sold out.
Mm-hmm.
And some alums feel that way too. But this year is a special year. Will, there won't be another first year in the Big 12. Okay, this is the only time Houston will have their first year in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Go to the games. Go to the football games and cheer the team on. If toward the end of the season, be there October 21st when Andy Yanez, when y'all are going to walk around and give Andy props for the guarantee that Andy, I didn't believe I thought you were dead wrong, Andy. I didn't know when well. But look at this team. Look at this amazing performance. Their first win of the year is against Texas.
It will not be their first win of the year.
But seriously, go to the games. Go to the football games. Go to TDECU. Make a day of it. We know there's traffic, bad traffic, and construction around campus. We know that. Been that way for years. Take shuttles. Take those ride shares that don't sponsor the show, so why plug them? So do that. Take the bus, the city bus, transit, something. But be there. And I think that game will be a primetime game, most likely, I believe. So that won't be hot, humid, as much. It's in October as well, so it should be less humid then. Also, it's the Longhorns. That game should be sold out. And please, 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 please be majority in red and not that nasty looking burnt orange color. Please. Cougar red should be all over that stadium on October 21st, not that puke orange stuff that the team in Austin wears proudly. And them, Austin, it's hot and humid, Will.
Yeah.
Andy, it's hot and humid in Austin. 100,000 wearing that ugly orange color. They support theirs. It's hot and humid in College Station. And they haven't done so well. 107, whatever, 1,000. That cult, that's a cult there. They support their own. I love my school, love my people. We got a cult. We got a cult of woe is me. A cult of what's going to go wrong now. A cult of, oh my gosh, we just can't do anything right. Oh, it's always the outside folks. People, first things first, support our own, support our house. Because if we don't support ourselves, then don't look external and outside asking for others to support us. Because you know what they'll say?
You don't support.
Why are you coming to me? You don't support your own school. Okay, I'm going through the rest of the Big 12 announcement, and Will going to pull up yours, share some info about Big 10 announcement of their schedule, because this is the first year. This will be the first season of the new TV media rights deal for the Big 10. But first, more Big 12. Let's see if I can put it up here. He doesn't want to cooperate. Well, it's not doing anything for me, Andy. What's going on here? Let's see. Flag on the play. Flag. There we go. All right. Kickoff, season opener. UCF on FS1. Kent State. Andy, we all know that's a MAC team.
Yeah.
I bet you we talked about it from UCF. There won't be any.
Yeah, that's a win for UCF. That's not even.
I don't know. Won't be any of that. That's a W. Missouri State, Kansas on Big 12 now on ESPN Plus. It's a W, right?
Yeah.
So just going through, the schedule. This first 3 weeks, basically. September 2nd.
What's that first game?
That first one on Fox could be a future Big 12 matchup.
Yeah.
Could be. I think it will be. Just not sure the bus will make the announcement that they're joining the Big 12 or returning to the Big 12. But on, what do they call it, Will? High noon? What is it? Big noon?
Big noon kickoff.
Big noon kickoff on Fox.
Big noon kickoff. Yep.
Colorado at TCU. TCU, I think, is going to stomp Colorado. I agree here with Mr. Cougar red glasses on that one. But the rest of those games, Rice, Texas on Fox. Salute to Rice. They're keeping tradition alive. They play Texas. They have played Texas for, my gosh, I don't know, every year since I've been alive. I don't know. And probably haven't won 10 of them since I've been alive against the Longhorns. But anyway, you see the other matchups? Well,
yes, sir.
NBC there, 6:30.
Yep.
West Virginia at Penn State. I think that's going to be a butt whooping. What say you, Will?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. Penn State's bringing in a new quarterback, so that could be. But no, I'm playing. It's going to be a butt whooping.
But we'll see. There's other matchups there, but that's the team
I'm
involved.
surprised Texas Tech at Wyoming is going to be on CBS.
Yep. And I choose to believe the Big 12 means CBS, but I think that's CBS Sports. But who knows? There we go. Next, September 8th or 9th, Houston at Rice. City matchup. Should be 40,000 folks for that.
Houston, no, that's going to be at Rice.
It's going to be at Rice. It should be.
I don't.
95%.
I think
Cougar fans.
There'll definitely be more Houston fans than Rice fans because that's how it has been for the past 5 years. Whenever they have matched up and played at Rice, Houston should dominate that matchup, which wasn't the case last season. What happened last season can't happen again.
Agreed. Will, what are you going to say?
I'm just looking 90 days out. They don't know what day that game is being played on.
And it's a TV thing, really. I think that's what it comes down to, because I noticed it for some of the, like one matchup or two for the Big Ten. I'll pull that up as well. I noticed it. So,
Okay.
But that weekend, Texas at Alabama.
Alabama's going to win that game.
I guess at some point, future SEC matchup.
I don't know. Sark going back to
at some point.
I don't know.
And then in the middle there, SMU at Oklahoma on Sooner Vision on ESPN Plus. I think this will be the last year of Sooner Vision on ESPN Plus. I think, because everything will roll under the SEC network. I think. I'm not sure about that. But there you go. Other matchups there. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. That should be interesting.
UCF at Boise State could be interesting too.
As well. September 16th. Coogs on Fox, Will.
Yep.
Hosting TCU. Those matchups there, nothing really stands out.
Kansas State at Mizzou.
Yeah, interesting.
Oklahoma at Tulsa. Tulsa's always hit or miss, but Oklahoma should handedly win that game.
Wyoming at Texas, no. Kansas at Nevada. Well, see, that's interesting. So they do know.
Pittsburgh at West Virginia. Was it the backyard brawl?
That Kansas Nevada game is CBS. That does say CBS Sports Network. So wow, I'm like Andy now, going back to which one was it?
It was Texas Tech at Wyoming. CBS.
On CBS. Interesting. Okay.
It's week 0 though. It's week 0. So
that's week 1.
No, September 2nd. September
2nd.
Week 1.
Technically, that's week 1. Yep. I'm not sure how many teams are playing week 0 this year, but yeah.
So when is week 0 then?
The 20
The weekend before.
Yeah, in the 20s.
Okay.
So go to more, and there you got the Cougs. That game will be on Big 12 now on ESPN Plus when they host the Sam Houston State Bearcats.
And Houston should win that game by 40 plus.
They should. Agreed.
And they will.
Oklahoma versus Texas on ABC.
Cincinnati at BYU. Now that'll be one interesting game.
On ESPN. Tony's putting it out there. I don't know how many football players watch. I know some of the Cougar basketball players watch our shows. I'm not sure about football. But I won't say it. I won't say it. I've had some conversation with some football players and about their views, about the staff. And but they're gone now, so I guess I can't say it. let's just say they don't disagree with what we've said about Dana on the staff and the staff. Let's put that out there. So, all right. And then I think that should be it. But for Will.
Yep.
Big Ten, same thing. Week 1. See, week 1. August 31st. Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Yep.
Nebraska, Minnesota. But Will, let's see. We got Fox, FS1, Peacock, Big Ten Network,
East Carolina,
CBS.
and Michigan.
Yep.
Paramount Plus for Ohio State at Indiana.
You see the difference right there in the network.
CBS and Paramount Plus.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the first CBS game, first Big Ten game on CBS.
It'll be so you see the
one and Fox
variety there for all the Big Ten teams, Big Ten games, and that's Labor Day weekend right there. Peacock, FS1, Big Ten Network, CBS/Paramount Plus, FS1, Big Ten Network, and then NBC and Peacock.
Yep.
Big time conference there. And then last one for September 2nd. I'm curious as to why
Sunday. They have a Sunday game.
Northwestern and Rutgers on a Sunday.
A standalone Sunday game.
On CBS. Ooh.
Rutgers. That's an interesting matchup to have as your standalone game.
That's the New York market and the Chicago market.
Well put, sir. That's it right there. Yep. So see, there you go, Will, right there. A game with not determined time and network. So I'm not sure what it is, but it's not
just Kansas. That's some Kansas stuff. That's the second time it's been a Kansas game. That's something on them, right? I don't know. But it's a Big 12 thing. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. It could be.
Yeah. Okay.
It could be. But Youngstown State, would they be equivalent to UTSA?
No,
not even close. It'd be that they're probably more equivalent to Sam Houston.
Yeah.
All right. Well, September 2nd, another game on Fox involving Colorado.
Yeah, back-to-back big Doom kickoffs for the Buffaloes.
Nebraska, Colorado.
That's a Buffalo win.
Colorado I think so. Despite all the Nebraska fans. Well, when was the last time Nebraska was really good in football?
And I guarantee you that game will be a sellout, packed house in Colorado.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, no question.
Last time Nebraska was good, Tommy Frazier, when I was in school, 1995.
That's a long time ago, Will.
Yeah, I know.
You couldn't tell it by some of the comments I heard from Nebraska fans today.
But they sell out.
Give credit.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Give credit to Nebraska. You wouldn't be able to tell what their record was if you just saw them on TV and the record wasn't displayed. And that's a testament to their program and the support that they have.
Agreed. And see, that's what I would like UH to get to that level.
Yep.
Support UH, period. They might suck, have down years, have great years, but it's your alma mater. Support UH football.
Yep.
Spend that money, help the program with money in the coffers, get rid of some of this dead weight if need be certain years, and just continue and maintain and stabilize your support of the program. And just keep, just be that. I'd rather Houston Athletics be like a Nebraska fan base. Win or lose, rain or shine, hot, cold, we're there. We are supporting our team regardless, rather than what we have been for 30 plus years. We're not, we're in Conference USA, we're in the American. It's far. It's traffic. Concession stand.
Too hot.
It's too hot. Whatever.
Construction. There's not enough. The matchup isn't good.
Yeah, all those things and Andy's young, Will.
Yeah.
So he's talking about it. He's heard it in his short time at UH. I mean, come on. So he's hearing it now. I heard it 30 years ago.
I mean, my goodness, they were complaining about it when the men's basketball schedule came out last year because Houston was playing the likes of Kent State, which came in here and gave Houston a big test, North Carolina A&T, all those programs, and you would have thought that you would be surprised how many people complained about the non-conference schedule last season for the men's basketball team, which was projected to be.
Oh, you're muted. I didn't do that. Yeah, he's muted. I haven't done anything on Andy's mic. There we go.
Oh. No, I'm joking. I was messing with my mic, I think. But anyways, yeah, you would have thought that they had the way some fans were reacting to the non-conference schedule was very eye-opening. For a program that was heading into the season, there was a lot of buzz around them.
Well, I think you might be right, man, regarding Kansas. Maybe it is Kansas.
Yeah.
Because everything else has a network tied to it.
It could be a Big 12 thing, just when it comes to the different networks.
But it's a KU home game, so I mean, it's either
right. But it's it could be a Big 12 network thing because Houston, I guess it's different because Rice. I don't know. It could very well could just be on the individual schools.
So, it could be. But a reminder to everybody watching: Monty Williams, new coach of the Detroit Pistons, in his new fat contract. If I could say it 70 million times, I would. But good on him. That's a huge contract. My goodness. But, gentlemen, game 2. Minutes away. Heat, Nuggets. It's going to be 2-0 or 1-1.
2-0.
I absolutely agree. It's going to be 2-0.
Well, I'm surprised you said 2-0 because you picked them to win that series, right? You picked the Heat in 7, right?
No.
I
picked Denver, man.
Okay, everybody picked Denver. None of us picked the Heat. I think did AD pick the Heat? No, I don't think he did. No,
they picked the Heat to beat Boston in Game 7. I don't think.
I picked the Heat to beat Boston.
So I know he picked Miami in 7. So, but yeah. Denver in how many?
Five.
That's what I say. Tony M, really? Are you and Alan picking Miami because of the Tomball connection and Jimmy Buckets? Is that why? Andy, what say you? Denver in how many?
No, I absolutely agree. I think Denver in 5, and I wouldn't be surprised if it even came down to 4. But I think you got to respect what the Miami Heat have been able to do, and obviously what Jimmy Butler has shown he's been able to do this postseason. But looking at Game 1, and it is one game, very often series could turn on the dime where one team looks dominant, and then the rest of the series it's a different story. But just look at the entire postseason. Like Denver has consistently been the dominant team in every single series they've been. And had it not been for some sensational performances by Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, I mean, they very well could have gotten through that Phoenix series in 5 or heck, even 4 games. And when you look at Miami's team roster, their makeup, to get to the finals is one heck of an achievement, but they're just outmatched. And I know Kevin Love's going to be starting in the role of they're going to make a lineup change for the Heat today, but I don't think that's going to make a difference. I mean, look at how Aaron Gordon started the game for Denver in Game 1. He looked like a completely different player compared to how the Lakers played him in the Western Conference Finals. Jokic is going to, he's going to produce night in, night out. And, they still have Jamal Murray as well. And they're just top to bottom, the better team. Honestly, they have the best player on the floor. And they probably have Murray and Jokic combined is better than Butler and anyone else you can point to from the Miami Heat.
I mean, Bam Adebayo broke out of his shooting slump. And the game wasn't in doubt. Game 1 was not in doubt. Denver
didn't.
Denver, Aaron Gordon. Denver took advantage. They did what Boston failed to do. Took advantage of their size advantage. They're bigger than Miami in like every position. Utilize it. Get on the block. Punish those short dudes. Beat them down the floor. Ask for the ball on the block. Turn and shoot over them. 6'8", beat 6'2" all day long on the block. All day. Boston had size advantages. You wouldn't know it though. I mean, what they were doing, they're standing outside, jacking up trash on the perimeter and stuff. Denver, to their credit, maximize their advantages. I think Heat will make adjustments. Denver's playing better defense. Denver just looks like the best team in the NBA. There's a point in the playoffs, a point for a champion that they look like and act like and know they are the best team and they can't be beat in a series. Now, you're not going to go through, 16-0 or whatever. Yep. I think 16-0 perfect.
Yep.
But the Nuggets, they answered. The Lakers played well for most of those games. Nuggets were like, that's all right. We'll come get y'all. And they did it. They look like the best. They look like that championship mindset. Now watch them go out lay the egg tonight game too, because I said all those positive things about them. But so we'll see. And Joe Mazzulla is not Coach Malone, so that's a difference as well. And rooting for Jimmy and the underdogs. Okay, Tom Ball represent. Will Jimmy be more aggressive and looking to score early tonight, rather be a facilitator like he was in game one? Will the days off and the extra days in Denver help Miami? Will Tyler Heroes, have they said officially that he's going to play tonight? He was looking better. Official. So if he returns, if it's tonight or game 3, how much of a difference will he make? Caleb Martin. I know Boston fans are like, damn, where was this Caleb Martin? Because Caleb Martin against Boston was the Heat's best player throughout the series. But in game 1 against Denver, what was he, like 1 for 10, 2 for 11? So we'll see how it all plays out. But Andy, let's make a prediction on the margin of victory tonight for game 2. We all say Nuggets. Nuggets by how many? Anybody believe it'll be less than 10? Nope.
Because as bad. Go ahead.
I think we're kind of thinking on the same mental note, as even though, I mean, what
he's muted.
He's muted again. Yeah. He's too high tech for his own good.
But no, what I was gonna say is that even though Denver won by double digits in game 1, I think that was far from their best performance, and especially when you look at what Jokic has been able to do in just the last few weeks in the postseason, there's definitely a different gear that he can go to. And I think that, again, just going back from that talent perspective, I think Denver will be able to. I think this game will be much different from game 1, but I trust in the Nuggets and their versatility to be able to do enough to win by a comfortable margin. And I'm sure that the move that the Miami Heat did, I don't think it's going to be enough to be able to counteract the Nuggets roster.
Will 10 and up margin?
Yes.
Double digit?
Yes.
15?
Watch it. 15?
Above 15. Either one of y'all. Above 15.
No, they're not going to blow them out. But it's
so
going to be a
between 10 and 15.
Yes.
Andy, you agree with that?
Agreed.
All right, what are we going to say, Will?
And just to go back to Tyler Hero, I mean, yeah, he's a shooter, but it's hard to play somebody back in the middle of the playoffs, let alone game 2 of the finals.
Mm-hmm. You
haven't played in over a month.
And in Denver.
And to come back in the finals in Denver, that's a tall task. So even if he were to play tonight, I think because of it being in Denver, they may want to wait until Game 3 Wednesday at home. Give him a few extra days and not have to adjust to that sea level. That's a tall task. But why I say between 10 and 15 for as rusty as Denver was, and they knocked off a lot of rust on Thursday, they clearly didn't play well, and they won by what, 12?
Yeah.
In that game? Yeah. So
11.
104-93.
11. So for them to play the way that they played and still win by double figures with a game under their belt, I think it's just now. And granted, conversely, Miami didn't play well either. Strus and Robinson and Martin, but Denver's at home, and I have a lot more confidence in them at home figuring out a way to go up 2-0.
And I think it's as simple, and it's on Denver like any opponent. I think it's as simple as if Denver plays their best game, it beats Miami's best game. Period. Now, it's up to Denver to do that. But I agree with both of y'all. I think Denver's game 1 was like a B for them. Not even a B plus. I think maybe B minus, and they still won by 11. If they bring their A game, and Miami does as well, Denver still wins by double digits.
Yep.
That's what this series matchup is. But as Andy said earlier, credit to the Heat for getting to the finals. It's not Miami's fault. Boston played poorly. Boston didn't utilize their matchup advantages. It's not their fault. It's not their fault the Bulls couldn't hold their big lead in the play-in, going way back when.
Yeah.
Getting to the finals is an accomplishment. So, salute to them. And I got an email from this person talking about
Email? Yeah.
It was an email.
Wow.
Untouchable Rockets. No untouchable Rockets. Well, I mean, Jabari, Şengün, Tari Eason. Right deal comes along. They're gone. I don't care who. There's nobody on the Rockets that's untouchable. But I would like to see what the youngsters do for the Rockets with Coach Udoka. Be it KJ Martin, Şengün, Jalen, Tari Eason, etc. But if an NBA team calls Rafael and says, Rafael, if it's just a deal that Rafael in the back of his mind is thinking, they can't be serious about this. It's just too good to be true. Making that deal. They're making that deal. I said last night, I was joking around, if Sam Presti called Rafael and said, Rafael, we got all these first round picks, man. Give me KPJ. I'll give you 5 first round picks. Something like that. Rafael first be like, is this for real? Am I being punked? What is this? No, I'm serious. I'm serious, Rafael. No, this ain't no joke. Let's do it. If that comes, he's doing the deal. So anything like that comes along, Rafael's got to do what he's got to do, what he believes is best for the Rockets. As any GM, they're going to do what they feel is best for their franchise, right?
Yep.
Most definitely.
So we shall see. Andy, what are your thoughts on Jarace Walker? What's the best team for him?
I've said it all along. I think going to a team that has a very, very stable coaching staff and has a stable identity will be the best fit for his development in the long term. And I think looking at the teams where he could go, you know what? I think Detroit could be a very interesting fit now that Monty Williams is there. But I think best case scenario for him, and I don't know how realistically this would be, is if he fell to number 7 to Indiana. I really would like to see him with Rick Carlisle.
Will, you've seen Detroit.
Yeah. Say again. Sorry.
You've seen Detroit.
Yeah.
you've seen Isaiah Stewart in Detroit. I'm not convinced Jarace is much better than Isaiah Stewart, for Detroit. So, go ahead. What are you going to say?
No, agree. No. Yeah, that's 100. I totally agree with that. What's the, I guess I would say, yeah, a stable coaching staff. That's for all of these guys. That would be ideal for all of them. Stable coaching staff, stable organization. But more likely than not, in the lottery, you don't always have that. So,
yeah, but Jarace canceled his workouts because of his elbow issue. I think Wilson.
And that's been an underlying storyline through the whole process.
Yeah. He's had issues with the elbow, and we saw it, throughout his freshman
during the
year.
NCAA tournament. He got hit once, and he kept grabbing at it. I think he was shooting free throws, and he made both free throws, but he wouldn't stop grabbing his elbow even when he was on the way back playing defense. So, I can't remember what game that was. It might have been against Miami or it might have been against Auburn, one of those games.
But he's had, it's after the fact now. I wouldn't give this info away during the season. But practice, you could see sometimes at practice, he was rubbing that elbow like it was a funny bone issue, something like that. Mm-hmm. A lot. He would shoot shots and he'd kind of just shake the arm, shake the elbow, flex it. So now that I think it was his agent, shut him down for the elbow concern. So we'll see. I think teams are going to do their due diligence, do the physicals, and see if it's serious, if it's just a resting, or if it needs to be cleaned out, the scope, whatever. But we'll see how. Wishing best of luck. He's going to be a lottery pick. It'd be something, ironically, if he ended up with OKC with their versatility and their defense. They could use him and then bring in Chet back. Man. Woo. Jarace walking, running around. And Chet, Jarace, you chase him, bring him to me, and I'm going to knock it back. Man, that'd be something to see. And boy, Rocket fans will be shaking their heads. Golly. Jarace or Chet, on and on. Man. So, got a new commenter, Amen Thompson. I'll put it out there. I'm being realistic as well. These final moments of Folk Talking Sports before game 2 starts. Amen Thompson, overtime elite, been there 2 years, and they're still saying he can't shoot. Well, no, they're still saying his shot is broken. Guys, 2 years. What have you been doing 2 years of overtime elite? What was he doing for those 2 years if his shot is still broken?
Clearly not shooting.
So, because I'm not big textbook form doesn't go in at a high clip.
Right.
Okay. And his shot did not go in at a high clip from outside. So hopefully in the NBA with better instruction, a dedicated shooting coach, his great work ethic, that his shooting form, don't worry about the form, his percentage will be going at a high clip.
Yeah.
So
it's all right.
But his upside athletically, he may not be there for the Rockets at 4. So then what?
Then that would mean that one of Scoot Henderson or Brandon Miller fell to the Rockets at number 4.
And it's not Scoot. So then what? If it's Brandon Miller,
you got to take the best player available.
And Brandon Miller and the twins are both 20 years old. Ken Whitmore is 18. Does that make a difference if you're Rafael? Who's got higher upside and longer NBA career possibly? If Amen is gone and Brandon Miller and Kent Whitmore are both available at 4, what say y'all?
Hey, at the end of the day, that's what all these scouting departments and all these GMs are getting paid the big bucks to do for. From the outside looking in, you would think it would be very surprising if Brandon Miller fell to the Rockets at 4. And then at the end of the day, if they feel that there indeed is a bigger upside and going a different direction, then you do it. You pull the trigger and don't look back. But if you don't think that's the case, you take the best available player.
Will, what are you going to say?
At some point, you got to stop taking 18-year-olds. And I say that I speak from firsthand
That's true.
experience in
That is
Cleveland.
true.
I speak that in Cleveland because it was Darius Garland, it was Evan Mobley. They worked out, granted, but at some point you got to stop. You got to stop. You got to get somebody else in there, and 18, 20. But I think it's Brandon Miller for me. If it comes down to that, I don't know that he'll be there. I don't think he'll be there at 4, me personally. But if it comes down to that, you got to take Brandon Miller.
All right, as we close it out here, got a lot of folks chiming in about Junior, so I'm kind of curious about Junior surprised a lot of folks. Staying NBA.
Had he stayed in college, Kris,
instead of going the route that a lot of folks expected him to go. And doesn't matter now, but a lot of folks expect him to go to the team that lost in the Sweet 16 to Miami. Yeah. But anyway,
that would have been a really interesting fit.
So that's another story. But I don't see the Grizzlies giving up Junior. They gave him a nice contract.
And he's excelled. He's excelled in every place he's gone to in the G League and even in the limited minutes that he got at the NBA level too. So most definitely has been an underrated prospect.
He's too good for the G League. So yeah, Grizzlies not going to trade him for that. And yes, I remember the matchups. Junior, yeah, he worked on Chet, yeah. So, I wish Junior well. I do. But what could have been? It didn't happen. What's done is done. Onward to the Big 12 for the Houston Cougars. All right. Final moments. Mr. Willy Gibson.
Yes, sir.
You got it. The floor is yours. I'm going to put you on the big screen, Will.
Uh-oh.
So be ready for it. All right. You got it.
All right. You got a question or just where
Close
you
it out.
find me?
I can find you.
Okay, got you. Always find me at Will Gibson 7 on Twitter as well as Instagram, and Will Knows on Facebook.
All right. Andy Yanez. Your world.
Yes, sir. People can follow me on Twitter at Yanez_5. But most importantly, let's see if I can give me a second. See if I can figure this out. Let's see. What is my This is live, folks. Here we go. I pulled it up. Most importantly, be sure to shop Let's Rage Coogs merch, and we have two new lines. It's really celebrating the move to the Big 12, which are officially under a month, with the Disrupting the 12 line and also the H-Town Let's Rage line. If you're interested in buying some Let's Rage Coogs merch, you can do so at bonfire.com/store/let's-rage-coogs-shop. Once again, that's bonfire.com/store/let's-rage-coogs-shop. And Kris, you got your Let's Rage Coogs merch. You know very well how spiffy it is, how clean it is.
Indeed. And if I can, where'd the screen go? Because I just lost it. Well, anyway, I'm going to do it as well, Will. So I'm going to close it out. A moment here. Do the share screen bit. Houston Roundball Review merch as well. Got the Let's Talk Houston Rockets merch, shirts and tank tops. Also the Roundball Review shirts and tank tops, different colors. Got that mug and the mug on the back of it. Put it up. Almost everything. All this merch, Roundball Review merch, also shows love to the other shows available on the platform. For example, right there, you can see it. The AdMax Corner, Folks Talking Sports, Let's Talk Houston Rockets, and more. So yes, Roundball Review merch, it's all good. I like this, Andy. Thank you for the influence. Bonfire.com/ I think I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up here and share it. But yeah, support me, Andy and Will. Bonfire.com right there. Houston /Roundball /review /merch to everyone. Been a pleasure talking to everybody, chiming in on this edition of Folks Talking Sports at Folks Talk Sports on Twitter, also on YouTube at Houston Roundball Review. I am KG Kris Gardner, owner of the Houston Roundball Review. To my colleagues, always appreciate Willy Gibson and Andy Yanez. Oh, I got a special guest already lined up for this Thursday's lunch break. Cody Davis. Young Cody will be joining me between the noon and 1 time slot on the lunch break. Available here on YouTube as well as on Roku on the BS3 network. We're going to talk some Rockets and some Texans with Cody Davis. So if you guys, I think, Andy, you can't make it, but Will, if you're available, feel free to join us as well. So see us, me and Cody on Thursday. And of course, Saturday, Let's Talk Houston Rockets, another edition of it, 7 p.m. So thank you very much. Until then, everybody take care. Peace.